Hey, happy Saturday morning. It's John again. I'm playing Immaculate Grid, going for low rarity score. Had a pretty good game with a six yesterday. Computer restarted on me, so I don't actually remember who I put for everything, but I know it was a good game. So I'm gonna start sharing and get right into it. Let's see here. We get there, and we start play, and we have no teams. Interesting. Okay, so at the top, we've got a bunch of big hitting accomplishments. 200 hits in a season, 40 home runs in a season, 100 RBI in a season. And then the left side, we've got 30 home run, 30 stolen base, Gold Glove, 3,000 hits for career. Huh, that's a new one. All right, there's gonna be some landmines. There's definitely gonna be some landmines. Now, I believe, and I think we've confirmed that all of this here, these don't have to all be in the same season. So 200 hits and a gold glove, I could pick someone who won a gold glove and then later got 200 hits or vice versa. Um, so that's on the table. It's just something worth noting. Gold gloves I usually struggle with, but all right. Let's have some fun here. 3,000 hits. 3,000 hits, 200 hits. That should be a slam dunk. Almost, not everybody, but I would say close to everybody who's ever gotten to 3,000 hits has had a 200 hit season in there somewhere. So, not everyone though. I think Beltre actually had a 200 hit season, so he would work. I think Ichiro will be a popular pick. Pujols does work. Pujols had one 200 hit season in like '03 before teams caught on to the fact that he was. I mean, everyone knew Pujols was really good, but I think '03 was the last chance for Pujols to get 200 hits, and he did. But after that, he just was drawing too many walks. Um, yeah, I think just about anyone would work. Um, what about Paul Wainer? Do he have a 200 hits? It seems like he would, right? I know Lloyd Wainer had like three in a row to start his career. Um, Aaron definitely works. But let's go over to 40 homer seasons actually. Um, People with 3,000 hits and 40 home runs. I think that's going to be no, but I think Musial had like a 39 homer season. I don't think Musial ever got to 40. Aaron definitely works. Mays definitely works. And then so this one is a little bit of a grid buster, I think, because you get those two. Um, Yastrzemski works. That might be a good one for no other reason than Yastrzemski's name is very hard to spell. Um, Pujols will work. Beltre will work. Ripken will not work. I think he maxes out around 34 or so. Winfield does not work. Murray doesn't work, even though he got 500 for a career. Palmero works. I think I've probably hit everyone at this point. Oh, Cabrera. Cabrera might actually be even higher than Pujols. Like they'll be neck and neck. They'll take a lot. I think Mays and Aaron do pretty well. I think your best options are gonna be Palmero, who barely got to 3,000 hits and did have 40 homer seasons, and Yastrzemski, who didn't have he only had a couple 40 homer seasons. But one of them won a triple crown. So I think those are your best options. Okay. Actually, that wasn't that hard. Turns out YA brings people up pretty quick. Yastrzemski takes 4%. I think that's probably the best one. I think I reasoned through that in a reasonable way. Let's see, 100 RBI season. Paul Waner Paul Waner did have a season. I want to say Paul Waner had a season with like 9 home runs and 100 RBI, something like that. I think Tris Speaker did have a 100 RBI season in there. So did Wagner, so did Cobb. Most of them did. I'm trying to think of the most obscure one. Um, Cap Anson, pretty sure that works too. Biggio will not work. Jeter will work. Jeter had 100 RBI season in 1999. I think that was his only one, but he would work. Paul Molitor had a couple 100 RBI seasons. I think that would be an interesting pick. Um, because Molitor was usually a leadoff hitter. With the Brewers, he was a leadoff hitter. I think he started to hit third when he went to Toronto and Minnesota. He had one season, I think 93 and 96, so 1 year each, he had over 100 RBI. Um, and I'm wondering how famous that was. Tony Gwynn is another one who wasn't like a big run producer, but he had 100 RBI season, and that was, I think, just the one in 1997. Um, it was like his last really big year. He hit three over 370, and he had his first 100 RBI season. He had like 17 home runs. Um, so as famous as Gwynn is for getting to 3,000 hits, I don't think he's a famous run producer. So I think I am going to try him out. Some people who won't work include Wade Boggs. Um, let's see, Ripken does work. Biggio will not. I don't think Biggio ever got to 100 RBI. And Ichiro certainly didn't. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Gwynn. 4%. All right. I don't think that. I think this probably was the best. I don't think this was the best. Wayner, just looking at these percentages, the same percentage, but like I think a Wayner or a Tris Speaker might have been a little bit better there. Um, and I do know that Rafael Palmeiro did have a single season, I think in 91-ish. And the reason I'm remembering 91 is that I think him and Julio Franco, and I think Ruben Sierra, I think they all got to 200 hits. Something about that. Yeah, I think it was 91 because that was the year Franco won the batting title. So I think he would actually be a sneaky good pick here. Let's see how Palmeiro does. He goes 0.4%. So I think that was a better one. I'm not gonna say it's the best one, but that was pretty good. Um, all right. So now let's think 30-30 seasons. Um, Ken William, and remember, they don't have to be in the same year, which might be a good trick we can use. Um, so like Ken Williams will work, I think, for this and this, but he barely misses 40 home runs. He had 39, I want to say, the year he became the first 30-30 player. Um, Tommy Harper is not going to work for any of those. Bobby Bonds, I'm actually not sure if Bobby Bonds ever got to 100 RBI. I definitely don't think he ever got to 200 hits or 40 home runs. He doesn't work for anyone, I don't think. Um, Barry Bonds will work for these, but not this. Eric Davis will work for this. Darryl Strawberry will work for this. I don't think Barry Larkin will work anywhere here. Ellis Burks, I think, works for all of these. So does Larry Walker. Ooh, here's a good one. How about Dante Bichette? Dante Bichette. So this is an example of Dante Bichette had 40 homers in the 95 season. He had 200 hits a couple times, had 100 RBI several times, and he was 30-30 1 year in 1996. So I think he'd be a sneaky good one. Um, I want to say Joe Carter might have gotten to 200 hits in that 86 season and went 30-30 in 87. I think that's right. I wrote about it a little bit in my book. I'm trying to remember that detail, but he had a really good year in 1986. Just missed 30-30 and then got to 30-30 in 87. Um, Never got 40 home runs, 100 RBI a whole bunch of times though. 1,500 career RBI for him. Willie Mays will work, I think, for these at least. I don't know about 200 hits. Henry Aaron will work here. He'll also work here. Henry Aaron works for all of them. Henry Aaron works for all of them, which means that maybe I shouldn't use him for any of them. But man, there's so many fun options, but also some landmines here. All right, I'm gonna go Dante Bichette for this one. 0.6%. And then let's see, Ellsbergs and Larry Walker both work over here. Then Henry Aaron works over here. Christian Yelich and Ryan Braun both work over here. Um, Matt Kemp does not work. He came just short. Vlad Guerrero would work. Alfonso Soriano would work. But for different years. So like Vlad Guerrero had 40 home runs, a couple like 99, 2000, and then went 30-30 in 2001, 2002. Let's see how he does, given that logic. He goes sub 1%. All right. And then 30-30 and a 100 RBI season, again, don't have to be at the same time. Um, A-Rod will work also. Um, Joe Carter will work. Howard Johnson works a few times. Darryl Strawberry works. Eric Davis works. Eric Davis, I think, got to exactly 100 RBI in his 87 season. Howard Johnson actually caused me to fail on the grid a couple weeks ago where I went with Terry Pendleton as an MVP Silver Slugger. He won that Silver Slugger because he led the league with home runs and RBI, and I think had a 30 season all in the same year. Um, all right, I've outlined some options. I'm gonna go with Joe Carter. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go with Howard Johnson. He's less famous. Yeah, it takes 3%. Maybe I was better off with Carter. Yeah, waffle. That's what you get. All right, now for Gold Gloves, which I struggle with a lot. I believe Sean Green won a Gold Glove at one point, and he had a couple 40 homer seasons. That would be an interesting one. Mark McGwire works. He won a Gold Glove. Bonds won a bunch of Gold Gloves. Alex Sosa ever did. Griffey will obviously work. Mays will obviously work. Andrew Jones will obviously work. Um, Salvador Perez would be an interesting recent pick. He'll work. Um, a lot of people work, I think, fairly recently, right? I'm gonna go Sean Green. See how he does. 0.2%. All right. 200 hits and a Gold Glove. All right. So it doesn't help that I know Gold Glovers who were pitchers because that's not gonna work here. Um, Robin Yount works. I know he won Gold Glove in '82 and had over 200 hits that season. Although so did Cecil Cooper, and that one he won a couple Gold Gloves in there. Let's go with Cecil Cooper. 0.1%. And now we just need, Cecil Cooper also would have worked there, but just any Gold Glover who's gotten to 100 RBI in a season at some point. And that's got to be a lot of people, but I know Henry Aaron won Gold Gloves. I think there's anyone better I could go with. I'm gonna go with Henry Aaron. Although he works for everything. I don't know if that's gonna help or hurt. Let's see how he does. Takes 0.5%. So Rarity score 14 with more than um more than half of that coming with these two right here. Um, Based on this number here, 26, I could have gone way better with Tony Gwynn. With 100 RBI. I probably should have just gone with someone early like Tris Speaker, Cap Anson, or Paul Waner. Um, 40 homer season. One person I don't think I mentioned was A-Rod, but he would have worked here. He did get to 3,000 hits. Oh, okay, they've got it in this format. Let's see, 30-30. We were doing the 40 home runs and 3,000 hits. Yastrzemski might have actually been the best play there. Yastrzemski might have been the best play. All right. And yeah, you get the whole laundry list there. A lot of people work for this one here. Gold Glove, 100 RBI. But fun game again. No teams. It's always interesting when they don't go with teams. It makes me have to think different way. Congratulations to Henry Aaron on working for all of the categories. And I don't really think that's a highlight of Henry Aaron's illustrious career or life, but yeah, Immaculate Grid Day. Um, anyway, fun game. Once again, brought to you by my book. Link will be in the description. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.